Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, late night on fight night. This is the one and only World Combat Sports. Yeah, I'm dropping through here. I had to get with the fight fans who had the opportunity to watch multiple fights that was popping off. Okay, first and foremost, I need to start off at the top. The man himself of the hour, Triple G, was able to get that stoppage over Steve Rose. It's not too much of a shocker that that was going to happen. But what it does do, it sets up an appointment with him and Canelo Alvarez. You know, they've been talking about a trilogy and everything between these two, and I'm pretty sure it's going to do very solid numbers. And it's amazing that it's finally coming back around to potentially go down at the end of this year or begin of 2020. But yeah, hey, Ahmed DB. Thanks for dropping in, man. So, what you think about the Triple G new fighting style? Man, I liked it. I liked his new fighting style. I like the way he went in there and didn't take a lot of punishment with the dude that he was supposed to get up out of there. In a sense, 19-0, undefeated, but Triple G went in there and smoothly got the job done. You can't take nothing away from Triple G dispersing of this guy much easier than most people would, being undefeated the way he was. You know what I mean? So kudos and salute to Triple G for getting the job done, man. You know, he's improving. I'm glad he made the change from Abel Sanchez. He felt the need to do so. And you can see the progress tonight. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get boy up out of there 4 rounds, I believe. So good job, Triple G. Good job and salute to Oscar Valdez. He went in there and defeated Ramirez in the decision. He was able to get the knockdown. But every time I see Oscar fight, I've actually seen him in person, fight at Frisco, Texas. Dude is no joke. He's a very tough competitor, always in there to put on a show. And this wasn't anything short. He gained the advantage. He put away rounds. He was very active. Both fighters were exchanging at times. And Oscar Valdez went to the scorecards with no problems whatsoever. So shout out to Oscar Valedez for getting the job done. A lot of people don't know him or give him credit, but yeah, damn good shot, damn good show tonight. As for the UFC, man, I just want to talk about three potential, the fights that really meant something. Okay, I want to start off at the bottom. Donald Cowboy Cerrone fought Tony Ferguson, and I mean Tony Ferguson. This dude, as crazy as it may seem, he hasn't lost in the UFC, but he can hit you at any angle. The angles boxers need to get with this guy. The way he throws punches and kicks and everything else he does, I mean, it's just absurd. And he really made Donald Cerrone wear the fight early. He did. Yeah. Ahmed the B El Kaki is a fucking beast for real, man. El Kaku is a beast, bro. Tony Ferg went in there like it's almost like Tony Ferguson had an oxygen tank on reserve. Dude wasn't even breathing hard for the amount of punches he was throwing. Louis Castillo, what's good? Listen, since Castillo talked about it, he said Brother Cejudo is legendary. You know what I got to say about that? I say you're right. Henry Cejudo was a motherfucking beast tonight, the way he handled Marlon Moraes. Do y'all understand me? Henry Cejudo, a former Olympic gold medalist, right? Came back after 2 years, went in there with Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, derailed his streak, ended up getting the title, then fucking quit, came back more polished, more well-rounded, and took the title from Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Then came in there and said, okay, UFC, you trying to fuck me over? All right. So they brought TJ Dillashaw down to the flyweight division to take on Henry Cejudo. He knocked him out in first round. So he goes to the best of the best, supposedly. Who's next in line after TJ gets up the belt? He thrashes Marlon Moraes. I mean, early on, he was just sitting back and waiting and just figuring it all out, being it was a 5 round fight. And then he put the motherfucking Thor hammers. He put the clamps. I'm talking about King Kong bracelets. He beat the shit out of Marlon Reyes. I was absolutely surprised at the dog, the hyena Henry Cejudo displayed tonight. Shout out to the Olympian. Kudos to you, bruh. Salute. Henry Cejudo, I mean, he's a fan of mine. For real. I'm a fan of his rather. Because the way he went in there and put a beat down and he said he wouldn't mind going up to 145. Can you imagine him going up to 145 and taking on the champion, Max Holloway? He called out Dominique Cruz, Uriah Faber. All of them are pretty much over the hill type dudes, though. But one person who he should have called out was Aljamain Sterling, who won that night. He went in there and defeated Pedro Munoz, which that wasn't an easy fight for Aljamain Sterling. But that's probably going to be the next fight, no matter if Cejudo called him out or not. I see Cejudo beating Jermaine Sterling. After what I saw tonight in that performance, I don't think Jermaine Sterling can fuck with Cejudo, to be honest. DB says Cejudo is actually superhuman. Castillo, yeah, man. Cejudo is a dog, a freaking lion, a wolf, a werewolf. I was impressed. I'm not gonna lie, and I follow UFC. I follow the mixed martial arts from the way up. I followed it, man. Henry Cejudo is improved. I'm so happy for that dude, man. The route that he had came up in the sport, not just being a wrestler like the Johnny Hendricks, you know what I'm saying? Like the Clay Guidas, some of these wrestlers that lay and pray, the old Triggs, Matt Hughes, Louis Castillo say a gold medal, 2 titles, and is finishing these motherfuckers. Just a monster. You got that right, Castillo. Cejudo is a monster. And I'm looking forward to his next fight. I mean, dude, once he got the timing down and he just absorbed and he cashed in the data and to see where Marlon was, he just closed distance and the fight seemed like it changed right down the instance. He closed distance, got him in the clinch, landed knees, put him in the plum a couple of times, shot some knees up the middle, zapped his energy. I mean, he was just manhandling. And the takedowns he didn't get, he just waited and they ended up coming. He was patient. He just didn't get all sporadic with going for the takedown. He waited, broke him down, and then finally put him on his back and let the beatdown continue. DB said, to be honest, he made me a fan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Dana White is looking at Henry Cejudo as like, this might be the guy we've been looking for to be the face of the UFC, man. This guy is a beast. They can't fucking shut this man down. Dana White sent TJ Dillashaw down to the flyweight division to shut him down. TJ got shut down. Then he goes up here and fight Marlon Moraes, who freaking knocked out Jermaine Sterling and knocked out Jimmy Rivera. And he got knocked out by Henry Cejudo. I'm talking about Neuro Force One. I just was talking to them this week. I've been trying to get an interview with them before it was fight, but it was fight week. I talked to them early this week and a week before that. So y'all stand by. I'm trying to get an interview with Henry Cejudo, who is now with Neuro Force One. And he's one of their primary athletes right now. They got a lot of good stuff going on. So I'm trying my best to get that interview with them. And it's gonna be tight, man. They say Henry Cejudo a different type of dude, so I don't know what type of interviewer he is, but it's gonna be cool. And then, not to mention Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko, man, as much of an assassin she is, she has this, she has that attraction about her that a man is say, okay, I love that attraction from afar, but I definitely don't want to be attached to it because that lady is lethal. Valentina Shevchenko is lethal. She tell you to be home at 8 o'clock. You better have your ass home at 7:15. 7:15 on the nose. The left, look, the left high kick she gave Jessica I, she never seen it coming. The same way that Marlon Moraes was setting up his opponents, he would keep shooting it low, keep going low, and then come over the top. That's the same thing Valentina Shevchenko did to Jessica Eva I. She kept kicking her down low, kicking her down low with hard shots, and then she went up over the top. Jessica was bracing, just like Daniel Cormier did for John Bones Jones, and she went over the top, cracked her right on the forehead, lights out. Done. Done. DB said, how did I forget about that? She threw that kick from hell. Yeah, man. Valentina Shevchenko is a bad woman. And just to think, Valentina, she lost to Amanda Nunes twice. She went, she used to defeat Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who used to be the strawweight women's champion, for 5 defenses of the title before Thug Rose Namajunas defeated her. I mean, chick is tough. It's a reason why Nico Montano, went through open workouts and then left the arena so she wouldn't have to fight. She didn't want that fight with Valentina Shevchenko. The same thing would have went to her. Valentina is a beast, and unfortunately, Jessica I had to find out with a shin kick to the head tonight. I'm just happy to see her back on her feet, able to walk out the ring, because that was brutal. That shit was brutal. Sir Ken, what's good? What's good? Thanks for the love there, Sir Ken. Thank y'all for dropping through. I know it's a late nighter. It's going on 1:30. I'm not gonna stay on here long, but I had to get on to do this post fight because it was a burner. From boxing to mixed martial arts, it was an absolute burner. I'm not even really a Triple G fan, but I'm glad he looked better and he went in there and dispersed roles. And then, the other fights played out. Shout out to Michael Seals. He went in there and got a brutal knockout, left this man laid out just like Bermain Stavern kind of laid out on the bottom rope. Brutal knockout. Brutal knockout. Oscar Valedez still retained. Looks serious, always authoritative, always sharp. And he was so far ahead on the scorecards, he didn't have anything to worry about. But they did go back and forth. It was a firefight at points, but Valedez controlled it. He did what he needed to do, landed his shots without taking punishment too much. And it was a nice competitive fight. So shout out to Valedez for getting the job done. Salute to them guys and salute to the UFC. The mixed martial artists, the one in there, the 3 main card events that didn't disappoint. They didn't disappoint. Even though I wanted to see Donald Cerrone go to the end, Tony Ferguson lit Donald Cerrone up with every type of punch and kick and angle and reverse punch you can imagine. So give it up for Tony Ferguson. Dude, everybody say he weird, but he's weird in the right sport. He is weird in the right sport. So salute to my man Tony Ferg. El Cuque. I think it's El Cuco. El Cuque. Salute to him. Salute to the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko, and also to the man himself, the former Olympic gold medalist, now 2 division champ, the 4th fighter in the UFC to do it. The first was Conor McGregor. The second was Daniel Cormier at light heavyweight. The third was Amanda Nunes, 135-pound bantamweight to 145 featherweight. And now the flyweight, Henry Cejudo, and also the bantamweight champion. And he calls out the 145, which is currently Max Holloway. Salute. That's all I got, man. I hope it all goes down, though. I hope he's able to pull that off. If he's able to come 3 division champion and defeat Max Holloway, that would be sick. That would be absolutely sick. I don't know what to call the man. He would have to change his name. to Henry Immortal. That will have to be his name, Henry Immortal, because no one, I don't think, after him will be able to go 3 divisions and win the belts. But the way he looked tonight, I do feel that he can give Max Holloway a run. The way his wrestling is, the way his striking, absolutely. The way Max Holloway just got beat up by Dustin Poirier at 155, absolutely. I see Henry Cejudo doing work. I don't see nobody right now. Not Aljamain Sterling. I don't see him defeating Henry Cejudo at 135. I don't see it. And who's going to come down there at 125? No one. So why not go up to 145 and challenge for the belt? Good shit. Those of you that tune in, thank you very much. This is Scotty White of World Combat Sports. I shall be back another day, another time. Be sure to turn up and tune in and follow me on all IG, Twitter, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Pass the word so we can get these subscribers up to like 5,000-10,000. All right. Salute. Take it easy. Thanks for supporting World Combat Sports.